and welcome to my 5th episode of HipHipBarbaknitStories. I'm Linda and I'm talking to you from Reykjavik in Iceland. Okay. Later in this episode I'm gonna have a friend coming over who's a knitwear designer, and she's gonna talk about her designs and her upcoming mystery knit along and all kinds of other fun stuff that she's been doing. So I'm gonna finish everything that I'm gonna talk about like real quick. First things first. I finished my socks. I love them. I've been wearing them today. I just took them off to show them to you. I have a pair. I'm so happy with them. I love them so much. They are so nice. So, this is a free pattern by Biara from Hedgehog Fibers. I knit it on 2mm needles because I have small feet. I think you cast on 56. Super easy pattern, really easy to follow. I'm just, a lazy person that doesn't really handle socks very well. No, I'm getting better. I have my first pair finished. Okay, just to clarify, I have knit a lot of socks in my knitting life. But they've never been out of fingering weight yarn or like 2-ply. 4-ply. But this is the first pair that I finished that's been 4-ply. So I'm super happy and super proud. And now in 2 weeks I am gonna finish another pair. I haven't decided which pair I'm gonna finish next, but yeah, okay. 2 weeks, another pair will be done. This is like I said, it's a free pattern. I will put a link to it below. And I used West Yorkshire Spinners sock wool, which is really nice. I really like it. I think they're gonna last me a long time. So, socks, done. The other project that has been my focus project this week has been Sharon Shenanigans. I'm kind of in the middle of a row here, but I'm up to the 3rd color, which is Panda by Ching Fibers, and I'm starting. I just finished row wedge 17, so I'm almost there. So yeah, it looks really good. I've mixed in my 3rd color. It's blending in really nicely. So I can show it to you better than this because it's, yeah, like I said, I'm in the middle of a row, but not here. You can see kind of the fade that's going on here. So I hope to get this one finished as soon as possible. So yeah, I did I was up to what, wedge 13 or 14 the last time I talked to you, but the rows are getting really long. But it's a super easy and fun project that you can memorize really quickly. So you don't have to be constantly looking at the pattern and doing new things. It's just a repeat that you memorize like on wedge 2 or 3. So that's it for my whip update. 1 finish and 1 whip that I've worked on this week. I'm gonna show you my new stash. I know. I'm in trouble. Okay, I got Little Prjónabúðin got a shipment of Ching fibers. And I'm a sucker for Ching fibers. So I got 3 skeins. I got daffodils. Huge fan of this color. And I got smoke. And siren. This is the 100% superwash merino single space. So yeah, I love Ching fibers. Always have, like, since I first started knitting with it. Yeah, I've been a huge fan ever since. And then I got like a tiny little leftover of hedgehog fiber skinny singles in a color called Sahara, which was a club color, I believe, at some point. And this is like a leftover that my friend Hildur, who's joining me later, she gave me this week because I've been helping her out, and I will go, or me and her will go into that a bit later on in the show. I did start one project. I just don't have it here and I don't want to go and get it. I only have like this much done of it. It's a baby sweater, like a cardigan that I'm making for my daughter Caritas. She is expecting a baby brother. Her father and his wife are expecting. So I'm making the baby a sweater, of course. She has 2 siblings at her father's. And I've made each of them a sweater. So I'm, of course, making a sweater for the new baby as well. I'm going to go over that just next week or something when I have a little bit more done of it. It's only like this far long. So there's not much to show there. But yeah, I will go into that later in the next, in the next episode. I kind of want to focus, the focus for this episode is Hildur and her designs. So that's basically all I have for you this week of my projects. So I'm just gonna call it a day, put on my new socks again, because my feet are already cold. And I will have like a regular show next week. And then I'm gonna talk about yarn bombing, because I've done some yarn bombing, both in a group and on my own. And I'm gonna talk about those projects and what they have. Basically, I'm gonna talk about what they have done for me, because a few of them have a story to them. Almost all of them have a story to them, but a few of them have like specific stories that are really, really dear to my heart, and I've gotten to know some amazing people through this hobby of mine. So I'm gonna dedicate the next episode to my yarn bombing adventures. So I give you my interview with my friend Hildur. Thank you. Hello, I'm not alone today. I have my friend Hildur here. Hi. Hildur is a knitwear designer, and she's done a lot of different things, shawls and baby items and cardigans and sweaters and all kinds of stuff. And we're going to talk about her designing and what's up and what's happening and what's going on and all of the other stuff. So, who are you and what are you doing here?
Oh, the difficult questions already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my name is Hildur, and I am all sorts of things. I am a teacher. I teach at the university, and that I think Americans would maybe call it high school.
Mm-hmm.
16 to 20-year-olds. The system's a bit different here in Iceland. and I knit a lot, and I always have.
Why do you knit a lot?
Because it's nice.
I know.
Because I mean, it's everything. It's just it calms me
It
down.
is life.
It is life.
Yes.
It is a lifestyle, truly, and it calms me down when I'm feeling anxious or excited or upset, but it also...
Or crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also invigorates me. It makes me excited if I'm doing new things, and...
It adds pleasure to pleasure.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read it at Yarnharlot on her blog that she suits the knitting to the situations. So if you're in an extremely boring situation,
yeah,
you need a really, really exciting knit. So if you're but if you're in a really, really exciting situation, you need a boring knit.
Yeah.
Or, a simple knit, a sock or a garter stitch shawl or something. And I totally relate to this.
Okay. I do too, actually.
There are very, very few situations where nobody knits, or, in my life.
In our circle of friends, at least. Yeah.
I knit at church, I do.
No, I don't go to church.
I only go because my daughters go to the school that has a really strong choir tradition. And they perform at church.
Yeah. Okay, I've been in those kind of situations as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've knit at a situation like that.
I go upstairs. There's like a
like
pew
a secret
upstairs.
knitting place.
Yes.
Ooh.
They have this
rail.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's solid up to here, so I can sit and knit and nobody can see.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you start designing?
Years ago, I did. I started, I think, maybe 8 or 9 years ago. I started to design, but I did it very privately.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down patterns and I charted, the yokes of sweaters. I charted the charts. I have it somewhere on an old hard disk.
Okay.
But I didn't put it out there because I thought nobody would want to do it except me.
Mm-hmm. Was that like your first steps, like designing yokes for sweaters?
I designed yokes and mittens because that was what I am very much the sort of person who gets a new thing and then makes the new thing all the time. So if I do color work mittens, then I make 100 pairs and design 30 and learn everything there is to know about tricks and
buy all the books.
Yes,
read all the tricks.
Read and watch
all the YouTube videos.
That's me. I do it with everything I get interested in.
Yeah.
So I always know.
Obsessive in a good way.
Yes. And or I think it's in a good way, but
me too. I've learned a lot from you.
So I always investigate. That's a part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a PhD student, so maybe that was a very good fit.
You might get it from that.
Yeah, well, I think I became a PhD student because I have a very investigative personality.
Okay.
My husband found this book.
Mm-hmm.
Children.
I have to stop you for a minute because I'm a huge Barba fan, so I have my Barba cup, and Hildur is the biggest Moomin expert in Iceland. She does lectures and talks about the Moomin and the Moomin culture and the books and the stories and everything. So yeah, she got the Moomin cup and I have the Barba cup. Skál. Okay. When did you start releasing your patterns? And why did you do it?
You know why I did it. It's because our friend Dagga.
I know, but they don't know.
She wouldn't leave me alone. She owns our local knit store where we go on Saturdays and knit and knit and knit. We have our Saturday knitting club, and it's a closed one. It's just us friends. But she is my friend, and she kept pushing me to publish. And it took a really long time for her. I tease her because I push her to do things too, and it takes her a while. Knitting socks that are self-patterning socks.
Yeah, and when she's in the situation as well when she has cleaned all of her needles and she has nothing to do, and we're like, you want to do this and this and this and use these colors, and it takes her a long time.
Takes days.
She's really hard. She's a really difficult person,
but a lovely person.
She is, but she's
very difficult.
Yeah, but in a good way. We love Taka. Yes. She's the best.
But she has the one up on me in this, because she used to push me, and it took her years.
Okay.
The first pattern I put up on Ravelry was a mitten pattern. It's called Hlekkir.
Okay. I'll put a photo and a link and to everything that we talk about.
It's the one you frogged in podcast number 3.
I know. I'm sorry. But I did finish the shawl.
You did, and I'm just teasing you. And that was the first one, and I don't remember when I put it up, but.
I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was when the revamped version came. But so it was, I think, like 3 years ago.
Okay.
That I put it up with a really, really bad photograph and a really, really basic instructions that were just in Icelandic. But then I started designing other things, and Taka was pushing. So I decided to first make this a really great free pattern.
Okay.
So people could, if they wanted to, hey, here's this new designer, but I don't know how she writes. So they could go into the pattern.
Get to know the designer, basically. Yeah.
And see that it's I'm doing it properly, or my way of properly, anyway. So that was,
which is a really properly way.
I think so. But I put it up, I think 2 years ago was the version that is up now, and with good photos, or I think they're quite good.
They're beautiful. I really like them.
And the pattern is, it's not the style I use today. I would have to revamp it again, but it's good. It's a good pattern. And that one was a bit of a hit. It's a free pattern, so maybe that's not very surprising. But I was...
So if you want to try something of Hildur's, you can try that pattern.
Yeah, for free. Mm-hmm. And they're good. They're good worsted, two-colored, but simple.
Icelandic solid mittens.
Yeah. Solid, good for the winter cold. And good for Christmas presents, because they knit up fairly quickly. They're made out of worsted.
They are. I don't know why they were too small anyway.
They were too small, yeah. You made it for Kara, and it was she grew up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I hate when children grow up. Anyway.
It's the worst. Anyway, then it became a little bit of a hit. A lot of people made them.
Mm-hmm.
And Lope, or Ísberg, I should say, advertised them, and they were a mild success. So I was very surprised, because I didn't think anyone would want to knit what I was designing. So
imposter syndrome.
Yeah. So I started making other things, and the next thing I published, the first thing that was for sale on Ravelry, was my sweater Svana.
Mm-hmm.
And that's goes from 1 year to 12. The sizes from a toddler to a 12-year-old.
Yeah. I tested that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Kara.
I made one for Caritas. It was super, super quick and super nice, and she uses the sweater a lot. She still uses it.
Yeah,
it's getting too small.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I love it. I want to wear it. And I'm like, whatever, fine, wear it.
Yeah. That became quite successful too. People liked it, and I think I have like 50 messages from people asking me to do an adult version.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Yes, I know, everybody is.
I can probably,
You have stuff to do.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I remember when we were talking about designing and your designs at some point, and you were like, I really, really wish that I could design a shawl.
Yeah.
And Hildur was like, I'm never going to be able to do it. It's so hard and it's so complicated and blah, 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 blah. Instead, I'm just going to knit all the shawls.
Yeah.
And I was like...
And I have almost, I think, knit all the shawls.
But I was like, Hildur, you can definitely.
Yeah, and they all said it. All my friends were like, of course you can do it.
We were like, our knitting group, we were like, Hildur, get over this. You can definitely design a shawl. Just do it. And she was like, no.
Yeah, they said, you've done way more complicated stuff, and you can. This is easy. You can do it. And then I bought this the same thing that Linda has, the advent calendar from Vivid Wool. And I wanted to make a shawl, but I couldn't find anything that I liked. Or even a lot of things I liked, but nothing I wanted to make.
Nothing that jumped out at you like, this is it.
Yeah, I found one that was sort of, kind of, maybe possible, but nothing really jumped. Nothing clicked. So I sat in my house, I think it was 2nd or 3rd of December, and I was just really sad that I couldn't find anything. And I was thinking...
Christmas sadness.
Yes, I was thinking I want to make something. I want to make it in December, and I am so sad that it's just not possible for me to design a shawl, because then I could have what I wanted. And then I thought, well, I could try. I could always just frog it.
Nobody's gonna scream at you.
Nobody's gonna find out if it's horrible.
No.
And then I did, and it's this one. It's Quality Street.
This is the result.
As you can see, I
pulled my earring. Okay.
I am in no. This is.
She's very capable of designing shawls, people. I mean, this is a shawl. It works. It fits around my neck. It keeps me warm.
Yes, it is.
I really like it.
I love Quality Street. It's just such a fun knit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of me in it, because I get easily bored. And I'm always complaining if I knit something. I'm always like, oh, the rows are so long and this part is so long and I want to do something different. But in this, you're always doing something new, something different.
Yeah, and about that, like, you start a project and you're like a few rows in and you're like, when am I done?
Yeah.
You cast it on like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I have like knit DHD.
Yeah, happens.
Yeah, sometimes not. I've been very good with the mystery knit along. I haven't complained. Yeah. When you made me frog it, I did complain, I admit.
But it was a good thing in the end. I was right.
Sure, it had to be done.
I'm usually right.
Yes,
she's finding out.
Yes. Well,
yeah,
I know.
And the Quality Street, there's like a big online group on Facebook, Icelandic knitting group called Svöl Sjöl.
Cool shawls.
Yeah, cool shawls, like hip and cool shawls. And they do like occasionally, I think it's like 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
They do like a knit along. And they pick a pattern, or they have a poll. People can pick from 3-4 different patterns, and the top one wins. But this time they decided. Well,
I contacted them actually on Christmas Day.
Okay, yeah, and they decided, okay, we want to do this with Hildur, and it was like a huge success.
It was.
I think there are like about 300.
There are more than 300 finished objects that we had a knit along, and it ended on April 3rd.
Yeah.
They had a little bit more than 300 finished projects.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't finish theirs. There were more than 500 people that signed up for the knit along.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot for Iceland.
Yeah,
I mean, we are only like 330,000, and not everybody knits. And I mean, that's
everybody can.
Yeah, but not everybody does, because some people are stupid.
Yeah, well, some people don't understand life.
Yeah, and I mean, compared to previous knit-alongs, this was the most popular one.
Nobody expected this.
No, especially not you.
No.
She was freaking out. We were like talking constantly online, and she was like, "Help! What am I supposed to do?
What did I get myself into?"
But I mean, breathe.
What if everyone hates the pattern? Nobody did, but people loved it, and and I have sold more than 800 of this pattern. Yes, and then I thought I might as well, because nobody really expected this to do so well. I mean, I was optimistic. I thought
you did not expect it to go so well.
Nobody.
I had high hopes, and they were excelled.
But nobody thought it would go this well. Yeah. I mean, I had low expectations. Other people had higher than mine, but nobody expected this.
Okay.
But then I thought this went very well, and I wanted to use the momentum, so to speak. So I started to design another shawl, which I did, and it was out in March, I think. And It's called Globavor.
Which means Fool's Spring, which is exactly what's happening outside at the moment.
No, we're having real spring now. She's just messing. It's true. The birch has started to sprout leaves. The birch is never wrong. It's true.
Okay. Yeah, and it's raining all the time. So
yeah.
That's Icelandic spring
that's
for you.
Normal for Icelandic
yeah, it's
spring.
It's Icelandic spring when it's raining like day after day after day after day.
It's really gloomy. But it's starting to get green and it's getting warmer a little bit, like 5 degrees. But
7. It was up to 7 like 2 days ago. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's still shawl weather.
Yeah, and I wrote about this in the pattern description, and I got messages from people all over the world describing their springs, which are much the same as ours. Boston was one place I remember.
Yeah.
That has this full spring. But the funny part is, this came out in March, when most people are having their full spring. I was knitting it in January, because I get spring crazy in late winter. I want the spring so much.
Yeah, I can relate.
So
and I think it's also related to your birthday.
Yeah. I have my birthday is February 5th.
Yeah.
I like February because it's my birthday.
It's a short month.
Yeah.
That's why I like February. Yeah. I need more coffee.
Me too.
Okay.
Ooh. And then in February, I decided to make another one. I actually started it while Globavor was being tested, and it was Linda helped me pick out the colors. I use her like that a lot. I sent her a message and say, I really want to use this one, but can you help me figure out what of my combinations is the best? And she helped me with that. And she did with February Skies. I had one color I really
I'm helpful like that sometimes.
She is very helpful, yeah.
Not to everybody though.
But if you ask her to help you and she picks out colors or we pick out together and then I start trying to change it because I do that sometimes. I want to I say, this one's really nice. No. She's very strict. No. I told you what you do already.
If you ask for my advice
you better
and I give it to you, you better
take it.
Yep.
But she's never wrong.
So far so good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, February Skies, we picked out this color palette. I wish I was going to bring all my samples, but she'll put a picture. But I didn't because I forgot. And but it has this it has gray, it has sort of mint chocolate ice cream color. It has a really good hedgehog potluck color that's purplish speckled, and it had a vivid wool one called Quality Street because of my shawl. I got it for my birthday, and it's sort of white and blue, and when I was knitting it I kept thinking about it's the same color as the sky.
Yeah.
Because in February we have these watery skies, this watery blue, like mint blue when the weather is good.
And a lot of grey as well.
A lot of grey because it storms a lot, and when there's a blizzard, which also happens in February, we have this pink purplish.
Yeah,
tint.
but like if you say February skies to an Icelandic person, they know exactly what you're talking about. It's a thing.
Yeah, so I realized this was all the colors of all the skies of February. So that's where that name comes from.
It's a good name.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so then you decided to do a mystery knit along.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do that?
Well, the girls in Svölsjör, Kolbrún and Eva and Guðlaug, asked me when I was designing this one. They asked, do you want to make it a knit along or a mystery knit along? And I said, this is my first shawl. I like the idea of a mystery knit along because they're really
this
fun.
This wouldn't be suitable as a mystery, I think.
No.
And we talked about that.
But both because the shawl is just, I think
it's repeats, basically.
Yeah, it is. And it's not, I think,
there's not a lot of excitement going on.
No, there's not a lot of change. And also...
It's just a really basic, triangular, top-down.
And then you have this bit that repeats here, and the lace is the same in all parts. And this one's a new one, but it's also just a really simple lace part. It was too predictable. I don't like predictable mystery knit-alongs.
No, I like the surprise factor.
Yeah. I mean, I do too, and I want to learn something from them. I want them to surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't think this suited, and also because this was my first shawl design. I wanted to make a few, so people could look at my patterns and decide, does the style of this person suit me?
Yeah.
Because I would never go into a mystery knit-along with a designer
that you didn't know.
No, that I couldn't even see any of her other stuff.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have any. I would just never buy that pattern.
Yeah.
So I thought, I want to do a really fun mystery knit-along. I want to have a little bit of technique in it. I want to have the construction maybe a little bit surprising. So I decided I didn't have a clear idea at that time, but then I got a really good one. So I decided to make it, and I decided that because I'm insane, I put time pressures on myself. I wanted it to,
because you don't have anything else to do.
Nothing. No, I'm a very, very busy person, and apparently I like that because I keep pressuring myself into doing these silly things. For example, the mystery knit-along, I knew it from the start, I wanted it to start on the first day of summer, which is not at all the first day of summer in any reasonable, meaningful way.
It's the 19th of April in Iceland.
Yeah, it's spring. It's spring.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
But anyway.
But it's a day we make pancakes and go out and get really cold.
And release a pattern.
Yes, and release a mystery knit-along pattern. Well, the pattern's for sale on Ravelry now. I released it on Thursday. Mm-hmm. But all you can get now is an information sheet about. Linda helped me put it together because she's the queen of colors, and you will get the information about how to pick the colors, what color has to go with which, and how
they should
play together,
sing together. Yeah.
And but the first day of summer, I like that day because it means that summer is coming. It doesn't mean that it's here.
No.
Oh, no. But it means it's coming.
Yeah.
And we have had the first days of summer in Iceland where it's like snowing or a blizzard.
Yeah. But anyway, Thursday is going to be a good day.
Yeah. That's the first clue.
We also set up like a Ravelry group for it. And I will put all the information about the mystery knit-along and the link to it and to the group and everything down below, as I always do, in the text box. But what can people expect from it, without saying too much?
I think most people will, I think it's a little challenging if you're a beginner.
Yeah.
But the construction is unusual, and you will have to have these, if you're especially a parent of small children, you know how these...
Knock them out before you start knitting.
Yeah. You know how hard these half hours are to come by, where you can just sit with your knitting and a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or something, just in peace, and figure it out.
Preferably with headphones.
Yes.
No animals, no significant others, no children
just
harassing
time.
you.
Yeah.
Just wake up at 3 o'clock in the middle of the night and do it. Basically.
Yeah, there's a little bit of technique, or a lot. I think
it's not a lot.
No, not a lot.
No, but it's like for the adventurous beginner who's willing
to be independent,
to move on.
Yes.
And you're gonna have like instructional videos and everything.
I'm making.
It's not gonna be just like a pattern. Do it. No support. No nothing.
We will help in the group, and I have my beautiful test knitters. All of them are friends this time because I didn't want to put a stranger through this. But yes, but
we are all like administrators in the group. Yeah. So we will help you out.
Yeah, it's composed of different parts. So there are, I think I can say there are almost no repeats in this one.
No. Not really.
Not really, no.
And the pattern is both in Icelandic
and English. Like all my patterns.
And in the Ravelry group, you can write in English or Icelandic. It doesn't matter. We speak both languages.
Yes,
it's gonna be fine.
Yes, it is, and it's gonna be fun. I think.
I think so. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited about
I
this.
probably won't be able to knit along this time, but I know the pattern by heart by now.
Yeah,
because I've been.
She gets photos.
Yeah, I get spoilers.
Yes, she does.
And coffee house dates with knitting and
I kidnap her from work and make her help me.
happens, but I'm fine with that. Okay.
I can show you the colors if you like.
Do you have them?
I do.
Okay. For her sample, I mean, of course everybody picks their colors.
Yes.
But this is the colors that we picked out.
We did.
For her sample. Oh, you have a lot of yarn there.
I do. There was a shipment of chain fibers.
I know.
I know you know. They don't know. In Little Prjónablöðin, and I bought these 2.
I bought 3. I'm gonna show them later.
Beautiful.
Look, they're over here.
And this one, Siren, I love this colorway so much that I already have it on the silk base. I mean, there are not a lot of colorways I love enough to have on.
It's like me and Hurricane. Have you seen Hurricane? It's like light blue and orange.
Yes, that's definitely
I
your
have
color.
3.
Yeah.
Like, I have the singles base, I have the sock base, and I have the yak base.
Raku from Hedgehog Fibers. That's another colorway I really love. I have.
Oh, it's attached to. Okay.
Yeah, it's attached
I'm
to
just gonna
the shawl.
put it
or
over
no,
here.
No, it's not. It's here. Just
okay. It doesn't matter. I love Raku. It's one of Hedgehog Fibers' new. Oh, it's in DK over here.
As I said, it's one of my favorites as well. This was the one I really. There were 2 I had, and I really wanted to use them. And Linda had to, live with that and find. Yeah. And find me.
I had to whip her into her place.
And I don't have the one I gave to you. Do you?
I have it right here.
She loves this color, and this is this is a funny story.
She gave me the leftover.
I see it. I went to Handprjón in Hafnarfjörður, and it's a good knitting store. And there was a new shipment of hedgehog. So usually they only have hedgehog socks. So I was there, and I didn't really. I found I think one skein that really clicked, but there was a woman there who had this one. This was her. This was not for sale in the store.
There was just a woman holding the skein of yarn.
Yeah, she had. Yeah. It was her yarn, and I bought it from her. I bought her one of the new ones, and I took this one instead. She did agree.
Oh, you didn't like.
I didn't like steal it from her.
Like turn her down to the floor.
I mean, because she said yes, but if she would have said no, I don't know. I mean, there are morals, and then there's yarn, and
and the line is kind of blurry.
Frizzy,
yeah,
like
it's
mohair.
kind of blurry. Yeah,
it's a mohair line.
And I mean, worst case scenario, you could have called me, and I would have come and helped you out.
Yeah, I know. But she said yes, so happily I didn't have to steal anything, or you know.
Isn't it called Sahara?
It's called Sahara.
It's a really club color, I think.
Yeah, it's a club color.
Yeah, so it's like a one of a kind.
And the woman who had it, she didn't really like it. She was trying to pick something out to go with it.
If you are this woman, thank you so much for giving this up.
Yes. And I don't remember her name. I should, but I don't. I'm horrible with faces and names. I'm sorry.
My name is Linda.
Yes. Lola.
Yes.
Yes, but this one is I had these 2. This is Raku. I love it. I had just got it. I bought it at Stephen and Penelope, and I love it, and I really wanted to use it. And this one, we bought it together.
Yep.
When we went to our private yarn store.
Yarn haul along.
Yeah.
Or something.
And it's from Vassnes. It's called Gullimund.
Vassnes is an Icelandic dyer. I will put a link.
Yeah. And I had these 2, and I said I really want these 2, but I need 2 to go with them. And we tried everything. I had I have a big corner sofa. Is that in English, corner sofa? Can you say that?
I don't know.
I don't think so. But
I mean, it's a sofa that's like an L.
Yeah. And it's huge, and I had yarn all over it. And we couldn't.
As you do.
I had pulled out all the possibilities, but I got this last summer, and Linda, this was not one of the possibilities, and Linda said, "What about the yarn that you grabbed from that woman in Antwerp?"
If I see a color of yarn that like sticks into my mind, it never leaves.
Yeah. So I knew she really liked it if she remembered it from many, many months ago. So I gave her the leftovers because she's such a good friend and always helping me with stuff.
I'm gonna be a yarn unicorn.
It's a good look on you.
I know. And then we needed a fourth color.
And Linda said dark turquoise.
Yep. This is not showing up completely correctly.
The camera always removes the green. My camera does that too.
It's not blue. It's a turquoise. It's a greenish, bluish thingy. No, okay. These go so well together.
They do.
Yeah. So
these four are the colors. And this one if you have the pattern, because this is YouTube, you could re-watch this if you like when you've bought the pattern, because you should, because it's a fun mystery knit along. And this one is A, and that needs to be a solid or a semi-solid in a bright or a light color.
Yeah.
So because there are things that need to show up in it that you will discover in the first clue. This one is B. B, the only requirement, it can be speckled, it can be a semi-solid or solid, or it can be, you can have a lot of movement or very little. The only requirement, it has to go with all the others. It has to play nicely with A, C, and D.
It has to be friends with all of them.
Yes, like this one. It has like these speckles that are just like perfect with all the other colors. You will see when the time comes.
Yes.
C and D have to be in contrast with each other.
This is C.
Yeah.
This is D.
They have to, like, if you're going to make like color work mittens, you could think of it like that. You should only pick colors where the pattern in 2 colored mittens would show up nicely. That's the sort of contrast we're looking for here. And you can D, we want it to be either dark or
really bright. It has to stand out.
Stand out from the others.
Yeah, it has to have like a deep contrast to the other colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can't be like, if you're doing like, if you want to do like a grayscale kind of shawl, pick like a bright yellow or pink or green or like something that kind of jumps out from the other ones.
Yeah. And C is you have to, C has to go with A and B as well. So yeah.
So this is the palette that we came up with.
Yes, and it's a good one. And the shawl is beautiful. I love it.
It is. You're not getting this one back.
No, I'm sorry. Haven't you already had it for like 3 days?
Yeah, since Wednesday.
Yeah, but, yes. But I have the shawl with the color in it, so I can live with giving up the leftovers. But I also really love this color. I'm sorry, Stephen. He told me to use it for what's it called? The scarf you made with the
Speckle and Pop.
No. The one before that.
Squiggle Wiggle
Wiggle What? He told me I should use this one as one of the main colors for that.
I remember.
And picked up a bunch of yarn for me. And I'm sorry, Stephen, but I didn't do that.
It's mine now.
Yeah. And Linda, Linda will do something fabulous with it.
Let's hope so. Yeah, now I'm afraid to use it because it might be horrible. No. Okay, and what's next?
Well,
after the mystery.
After mystery, I have a sweater going. It's like a long. Dagga had this new yarn. It's called Snefnug from Camaros.
I love that name. What does it mean?
Snefnug.
Snefnug.
It's Danish. It's for snowflake or snow, or not
snowdrift.
Yes, like okay. when you have dry snow and wind. And
Snöfok.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and because you all know what that means. It's like snow blowing in the wind.
Yeah,
Snöfok.
I think I'm correct. I do. But if
you're better in speaking Danish than me.
Yeah,
I need to be drunk.
I do speak good Danish, but it's not a usual word. So I'm pretty sure I'm right, but if I'm not, and there's a Danish person watching, then correct us, please.
Yeah.
And yes, this is also, this is the next shawl. It's, as you can see, it's a big one. No, but it's just...
It's huge!
It's huge. But it's the beginning of a shawl made with DK yarn. And it's a beauty. These colors are so beautiful. And this yarn, I love it. I bought it in Denmark, in Sommerfuglen. But it was years ago, so they don't have it anymore.
No. But do they still make... I mean, can people get this yarn somewhere?
It's called Stardust, the colorway. I love that name. And you can you can sort of see the Stardust in it. See, look. Maybe you can't on the monitor, but it's a really pretty
Handmaiden. I think they still make this.
Handmaiden. And the yarn, the base is called...
Oh, let me see. Caspa.
Caspa.
Yes. It's 81% merino, 9% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's hand dyed in Canada. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really. I have 2 skeins of this. I will not use all of these, all of this yarn, but
maybe I will get some leftovers.
There, you never know. And this is going to be like the main color. But then I cannot hold on to raku. I just can't because I love it too much.
You need to use it for all the projects.
I use it. So if you want to give me yarn and you're wondering like, what color does she like? Raku. I do. I like it. And then we have...
I do too.
Yeah. Send us some raku. And this one is
Garn
Stories. And it's a silk. It's her silk DK. I bought like these...
Amazing.
Yes.
It has such a beautiful shine to it. Oh, you can almost see it.
Butterhund, I think it's called. And it's silky merino DK. I bought it in like a mystery package.
It's so pretty and it's so soft.
It's very lovely, and these will be the colors. But you have to imagine the blue one is the mostest color.
Yeah, the dominant color.
Yes, and it will be good. I think. I think
so too. I have no idea what you're doing, but I think it's gonna be good anyway.
Yeah, I think I have always all my life I wanted to make a DK shawl. No, but I have had it in my
since I was a baby.
But I have had it in my mind for a while, and they wanted to be a big one you could wrap around while you're reading or cozy up with.
Like use it almost as a blanket in your living room. On a cold, stormy, snowy day.
Yes, or during the summer, because we're coming up to summer. It's coming. Yeah. Summer is coming. And then
you're so optimistic. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a springaholic, baby.
Yeah.
And when the birch starts blooming, you could take this to the back. The spring is here. And but you could see when you're like you have a barbecue and it's been a hot summer's day. We have few of those here, but we don't get them.
But the evenings are kind of cold.
Evenings are kind of cold.
Then you need a DK weight shawl.
Yeah, you could wrap it around you. And
I get it.
And keep sitting on your patio with your beer. Oh God, we have to do that this summer.
We did have a nice barbecue.
Oh, we did.
Where was it, last summer or the year before? Laugardalsklubburinn?
Yes, at my house.
It was amazing.
I think it was. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before that, but it was really good. I'll invite you guys over again.
Yes, let's.
Because we were sitting in my garden, and I have this like my garden is slightly overgrown, so there are a lot of scents, and it was such a good day. We got such good weather. We were sitting until 2 a.m. or something.
I didn't stay that long. I couldn't for some reason, but yeah, you were sitting out there a long time.
We sat out there for a long time and just knit and drank beer, and
you had some cocktails as well.
Oh yes, I made
frozen
strawberry daiquiris. They were really good. Cocktails. Nice. You can't drink and knit. It's a myth that you can't, but you might have to frog.
I mean, Chantal fixes lace when she's drunk.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be good.
Ooh, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's your knitting superpower?
Fixing stuff. That's definitely
Like knitting surgery.
like knitting surgery.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's because I'm a lazy person.
Okay.
I'm not really a lazy person, but I am. I hate doing things over, redoing things. I
like
hate
frogging and knitting again.
Yeah. Like I told you, I have like knit DHD, so it's a challenge for me sometimes to get through really long parts of patterns as it is, and if I have to frog them, you can almost just like forget about it. Except for my Mr. Knit-along, because that's a great pattern. But
and because it had to be done.
Yes, it had to be done. Yes, we're sounding like the Game of Thrones, where when Daenerys is staying with Dothraki and she has like these maids or something.
Yeah.
And they always echo each other. We're sounding like that now. It had to be done. It had to be done.
Okay.
Yeah, but so I'm very good at fixing. Some of my friends call me the knitting witch doctor.
The knitting surgeon.
Yeah, because I can fix most things.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I think we're almost done.
Yeah.
Hildur is having like a giveaway thing on her Instagram account, and I will put info about that below. And we are also gonna have like a giveaway here, and all you have to do to enter is to visit her designer's page on Ravelry, pick a favorite pattern of hers, and comment below what's your favorite pattern of Hildur's, and you will win that pattern and the mystery knit-along pattern if you're chosen. And I'm gonna throw a little something in there as well that I will mail out to you. I haven't really decided what it's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be yarn and maybe some stitch markers. So
Linda always picks good yarn, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, let's hope so. So yeah, that's my giveaway, or ours, for this podcast thing. And she has another giveaway on her Instagram account, so you are gonna have to check that out as well. So,
yes,
takk fyrir komuna.
You're welcome. I have the question of the week.
Yes. Okay, ekki takk fyrir komuna.
No.
Yeah, she has the question of the week this week.
I ordered.
Yeah, she was like, okay, I'll do this, but I'm gonna have the question of the week.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. Yeah.
So the question of the week is, what is the worst thing you have ever knit? What is the thing you hated knitting, but did anyway?
Okay. And finished.
Yeah, and finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is my father. I love my father. And
are you sure?
I do, yes. When you hear the story, you will know I do.
Yeah, I've heard the story actually.
And he asked me, he does this is like insane Icelandic thing, I think, or maybe they do it in Norway or something, I don't know, but they do it here. They swim in the sea all year round, and you can't really swim in the sea here because it's freaking freezing all year round.
I get claustrophobic just thinking about it.
I have actually done this, and the reason people do this is when you get out of the sea, you get this huge adrenaline kick from getting warm again, or
I'll just jump out of a plane. I won't go into the sea.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. I don't really love it, but my dad does.
Okay.
So he did this, was doing this thing, and he asked me. He said some of the other men have like these knitted swimsuits that's made out of lote.
Like swim trunks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, swimsuits are for women. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, interesting.
Yeah, but they had this like felted from lope, really thick and really coarse. And he asked me to make this for him, and I did. And it was he wanted to have them black, or hærusortur. I don't know how you say that.
Almost
like,
black.
Yeah, grayish black.
It's the sheep black.
Gray. Yeah, sheep black.
Which is not completely black, but almost.
It has like grey hairs in it.
Yeah.
So
natural speckles.
Yeah. And then I made them, and it was a really boring pattern and a really big one and a lot of knitting, and also I was kind of making my dad's underwear, which I didn't like. I didn't like that aspect of it at
No.
all. But he did get them and he loved them.
Okay.
And he better use them until he dies because I'm never making another one of these.
Yeah. They better not get lost, like slip off and get lost in the ocean.
Yeah, well, he'll just have to learn how to knit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I don't have an answer for this at the moment, but I will think about it.
And I'm really interested in hearing your stories because knitting horror stories are very good horror stories.
You need to answer the question of the week.
Yes.
Knitting horror stories. I know Takkas. Maybe she will comment and tell us about it, but who knows? Okay. Again, thank you for coming.
Yes, you're welcome.
Kanusa.
It's nice.
Okay, thank you, Hildur.
Bye.